3.
Hi, and welcome back to another great night of Concordia on Air. I'm Desi.
I'm Sam.
And on tonight's show we have...
In news, a nutrition event on campus.
In sports, the Twins and the Vikings.
In A&E, Muna Genius and other queer media.
Also, an interview with the Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry Club.
All that and more tonight on Concordia on Air. So, Sam, how's your week been going?
Well, we're feeling good on a Wednesday here tonight.
That's right, feeling good on a Wednesday.
We're halfway through the week.
That's very true.
More than halfway. Wednesday's almost over.
Yeah, true. It's almost done. So, yeah. What do you think about the weather outside right now?
The weather, it's been weird. I don't like the heat this late in the year.
No, I don't either. I was expecting to walk out. I saw the leaves falling, blowing in the wind, and I was like, man, it's going to be nice and cold. And then I walked out, and it was like 90 degrees. Not today, though.
Yeah, no, today was nice.
Today was really
Don't get
nice.
me wrong. I mean, I like wearing shorts, t-shirt, stuff like that, but too long. I want to break out the sweatshirts. I did today.
Oh, true. I like it. I like the green.
Thank you.
It looks very good.
Thank you.
Good green. So I have an important question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think would win in a battle versus a squirrel and a turkey?
Why are you always asking me questions about animals fighting like that?
I think it's a pretty fair question here.
Well, just one-on-one?
Yeah.
Squirrel versus turkey?
Mm-hmm. One-on-one.
Turkey would win. The squirrel's
Why?
Squirrel's like this big, turkey's like this big.
Have you seen a squirrel? A Concordia squirrel.
Yeah, it's like this big.
I don't know.
I could pick it up and punt it or chuck it.
Okay, that was
I could with a
unnecessary.
turkey too.
That's what I'm saying. Did you know turkeys can fly?
Well, yeah, I think they can fly like a little bit off the ground, but
Yeah.
not like far long distances.
That's very true. In the winter,
because they're so big.
Yeah, in the winter you'll see them up in the trees because that's where they sleep. That was terrifying. The first time I seen that, scary stuff. So, what is your favorite animal then? Since I hear that we have animals.
Oh yeah, we do have animals. Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry Club. Exotic. Does it have to be an exotic animal? What's my favorite exotic animal?
I don't think so. I mean, sure.
Well, you're asking the question.
Let's do both. What's your favorite exotic animal?
Exotic? What do you consider exotic?
That's a good question.
Like maybe if I moved to Australia, a kangaroo's not exotic, but for me it's kind of exotic. I don't live in Australia.
I mean, not a typical house pet.
Well, that's like anything, This is a
I mean,
poorly
that's fair.
worded question.
That's very fair.
I'm pushing back on this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll actually answer your question. Favorite animal? I like big birds.
Big birds.
Like raptors. They're pretty cool. I like wolves. Wolves back.
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
Whew, that's a good question. I have not put a lot of thought into this, but definitely a frog.
A frog?
Yep.
Just a little frog?
Yep. Or
Not
maybe
those
a tarantula.
What about a bullfrog?
No.
Those make me want to throw up.
That's disgusting. I am not a big fan of bullfrogs.
But just little guys?
Yeah. Did you know last week on the news they were talking about tarantulas?
Yeah, they were. I wonder what they're talking about on the news this week.
I do also wonder. Should we go over to Kay and see what's on the news?
I suppose.
Welcome to News, I'm Kay. Concordia's Student Association of Nutrition and Dietetics, otherwise known as SAND, is partnering up with Campus Entrepreneurship Club to bring a special event to our college campus. The club state that the event will host Concordia grad Sarah Bauman and Kate Wong, a private practitioner in dietetics, as they discuss their journey being an entrepreneur in the nutrition field. Along with the speakers, the clubs will also be making protein balls, which are primarily made of oats, chocolate chips, nut butter, and honey. The event will be taking place on tomorrow, October 5th, from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in ISC 351. Don't forget to register on Cobra Connect to attend the event.
Around this time of year, where the leaves are falling and Halloween is just around the corner, it's typically not as hot as it has been this past weekend. Temperatures reached up to the mid-90s this last week, which isn't very common in Minnesota and North Dakota's weather. Around this time of year, temperatures can be expected to stay in high 60s to mid-40s. So it came as a surprise to various Fargo-Moorhead area citizens that last weekend was so hot. Though after the hot month of September, it wasn't that out of the ordinary. Various members in the area are wondering if that heat spike will be the last that we get this year, or if there will be more in store for us.
Yesterday afternoon, NASA shared a stunning new photo of Pluto's atmosphere on Instagram. The image shows Pluto's silhouette surrounded by a whitish, light blue fog that is actually its atmosphere. NASA describes the atmosphere as hazy and extremely thin. The image was captured by their New Horizons spacecraft about 120,000 miles above Pluto's surface. If you look closely at the image, you can make out very faint bumps around the silhouette's perimeter, and they're actually Pluto's mountains. To learn more, NASA has a very informational description on their Instagram post.
A man in Cranston, Rhode Island, has created a display called the House of 1,000 Pumpkins. Tim Perry, the man behind the decor, has been creating these displays for about 12 to 15 years. And he utilizes craft pumpkins due to them not rotting. Recently, just another 400 craft pumpkins added 400 craft pumpkins to the display, and roughly carves about 200 of them every year. This year, he'll be collecting donations that will end up going towards families of people battling cancer to help with the expensive costs.
In Northern California, a mysterious cluster of jellyfish was spotted on September 23rd. Craspustacia sourboy, also known as peach blossom jellyfish, was the species in question, and they were seen swimming in fresh waters near the El Dorado National Forest. The species is considered invasive, and they have been spotted in multiple locations around the world. At first glance, they look like tiny white specks floating in the water, but they actually have the full ability to sting and paralyze small fish. Luckily, their stingers aren't large enough to sting and cause lasting damage to humans. But with their ability to survive in fresh waters, they have the ability to pop up around many different areas that you may not expect a jellyfish to be in.
Earlier today, around 1:20, you might have heard your phone blaring a loud alarm. That was the emergency alert test that the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, and the FCC use to make sure that emergency broadcast systems work. These systems are essential to making sure that the public is aware of any national emergencies that occur. However, various conspiracy theories have gotten their spotlight. One such theory claims that the alert will trigger anyone who's had a vaccine in the past few months, and that some of them will turn into zombies. Rest easy, however, as most theories have been debunked and the broadcast was just a simple test.
Last story? Oh, go back to Ross and tee up.
And now over to Sam with the Sam Sports Spot.
Hey, we're
back again.
We are. I'm talking about sports. She's here too.
Yeah.
To
Thinking about
stand here.
how I should have said jellyfish was my favorite exotic animal.
Well, you didn't know that till now.
I
guess.
didn't. Thanks, Kay.
Well, anyway, in sports, Concordia sports. I watched 2 sporting events this past weekend.
Oh, me too.
I did.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was there.
The football game, lost 36-35.
That was a crazy game, though.
With like 20 seconds left.
That was insane.
Yeah.
I learned what a
that was
2-point
tough.
conversion was.
You did.
That was crazy.
And that's how we lost.
It was really sad.
I don't know. We had a good offensive game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Just a few miscues late, blocked punt, missed a 4th down conversion. Happens. Got to go to next week against St. John's. And then went to the volleyball game.
Yeah. Against Hamlin.
Yeah, I was just going to say I don't remember who we played. You did.
Hamlin.
Anyway, we won that one.
That one was
In
intense.
4 sets, I think.
I thought it was 5.
No, we didn't go to the 5th. I don't think.
We did.
Oh.
We
don't know
really
anything.
remember.
Anyway, volleyball team did good.
Yeah, it was a
Go
really
volleyball.
good game.
Professional sports, Minnesota Vikings started 0-3 this season. I was yelling at my TV a lot.
A lot.
A lot, yeah. But now, last week, Sunday, played the Carolina Panthers, got a W, 21-13.
And
Defense.
he still yelled at the TV.
I did, but it was better this week.
It was a good yell.
Yes. Kirk Cousins played his worst game of the season, and we win. That's just how it works, I guess. Defense played well. It was against Bryce Young. He's not very good, but we take what we can get. Harrison Smith, terrific game. Vikings legend, had one of the best games of his career. Defense stepped up big. Skol Vikes. The Minnesota Twins, they are playing right now, and
Indeed.
in my pocket, the phone is on to the Twins game. So as soon as I'm done with this, I will be watching the Twins game. They're in the playoffs.
They are.
And yesterday, actually, they won their first playoff game in 19 years. They were 0 for their last 18, and I'm 20 years old. And so that means I was 1 the last time the Twins won a playoff game. So I don't remember that. I personally don't remember when I was 1 year old.
I remember.
Okay. I didn't ask.
I remember.
Anyway, they won.
They wanted to know, though.
They won. And that's the first time I've ever seen a Twins playoff victory. And I was excited.
I was
They won
excited
3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. They're playing right now in the 8th inning.
Right.
Up 2-0 last time I checked against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, and I actually kind of know what's happening there.
And if
Good
we
things.
win, we advance to the American League Divisional Series against, I don't know, someone else, whoever wins. I think it's, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know.
That doesn't matter. Anyway, Twins, go Twins. And that's the sports news that I have. So now,
Let's roll to the package.
yeah, we've got a package about the Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry Club package.
Hi, I'm Stella Peterson. I'm a biology major, and this is Fluffy, our ball python snake. She's super sweet.
Stella is a part of Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry Club, commonly known as EACH on Concordia's campus. This club takes care of a wide variety of critters that live in ISC.
My name is Emerson Erickson. I am the president of the Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry Club.
Em's role includes taking care of the critters and also planning outreach events on campus and in the community. These events focus on the education and care of the wide variety of exotic animals.
1 or 2 people will come in to do a morning or afternoon shift, and that includes feeding them, cleaning their enclosures, enrichment, making sure they get proper vitamins or supplements, doing health checks, equipment checks. So a lot of the food that we feed them primarily consists of for our herbivores and omnivores, so like lettuces, fruits, vegetables. So we work with the food pantry on campus, and so we take in food from them. We've also worked with the Red River Zoo and taken donations of food from them. We've worked with the dining center on campus. We've worked with community partners, the Concordia Garden. We also grow our own microgreens, so we're trying to offset our food costs by being sustainable and being able to grow our own or taking in donations.
And we try and add those to our animal salads every day. It's kind of a sustainability thing, you know, so you don't have to go out and buy things. You can kind of grow your own.
Members of EACH strive to take care of these critters in the most sustainable way, giving Girdle and all the other animals the best life possible.
Girdle is our red-footed tortoise. He's a big guy. Girdle is like a toddler, basically. You kind of have to watch him all the time because he can just get stepped on or lost. He wanders around and stuff, so when we take him out, we have to keep an eye on him while we're taking care of other people. But we usually walk him down from the display case where he lives over to the animal room, and everybody gets to say hi to him and stuff. And then when we bring him in here, we give him a bath. So he just sits in the tub and soaks for like 20 minutes, and then we feed him. We give him like a special salad, and he loves food so much.
Oh, he knows it. He knows that he gets attention, and he does his cute little things. He'll come up to the glass and he'll put his like hand up, and he'll go and chase people down in the hallways if we're letting him go for walks, and he knows it. He knows that he's a special little guy. So follow us on our Instagram, which is cord_each. And come check out the critters if you have any interest whatsoever.
EACH is always looking for new members. All majors welcome. Reach out to get involved.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that lovely little creature feature. We are lucky enough to have an actual real-life animal and EACH member in the studio today. Unfortunately, Girdle, who you saw in the video, has a very, very busy schedule of eating salads and chasing after shiny shoes, so he couldn't make it today. But we do have Greta and Roxy. Hello, welcome to the studio. Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell me a little bit about who you are and how you are involved with this club.
Yeah, so my name is Greta Durin. I'm a 5th year environmental studies student. Let's see, yeah, I'm a caretaker, you could say, in the animal room here at Concordia. Yeah.
And you have a good friend with you as well. Do you want to introduce our gal Roxy as well?
Yeah, this is Roxy Balboa. Fun fact, Yesterday was her 14th
Happy
birthday.
Roxy. Oh my goodness. I'm so, so happy that she's here for her birthday celebration. This is pretty huge.
She's a very special red-tailed boa, this girl is.
She is gorgeous. So, Roxy and Girdle are not the only creatures that you have as a part of each. Could you give us a little maybe like a too long, didn't read sort of like list of just like the various types of creatures that can be found at the Exotic Animal and Care Husbandry Club?
There we go.
Some sort of acronym?
Exotic Animal Care and Husbandry,
Yes.
that's us. Let's see, we have plenty of snakes. We have 6 snakes here on campus now.
Don't tell Indiana Jones. I stole that joke from Greg. Sorry, Greg.
That's me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You snakes.
Anyways, yes, we have 6 snakes. We have geckos. We have 3 tortoises. We have various insects. I think we have a couple scorpions, some stick bugs.
That's so cool.
Ooh, a couple tarantulas too.
That is very excellent. And if you were watching the show last week, you know we love tarantulas. And by love, I mean we think about them and don't want to, but sometimes we have to. I personally love tarantulas.
Thank you.
But I'm also very, I don't know, I'm very neutral to spiders. I like them. They've got plenty of legs to, you know, I gotta respect them with that many legs. So.
Thank you. I appreciate the respect.
Oh, absolutely.
I am personally quite partial to tarantulas. I think they're pretty cool. In fact, I held one in my hand yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I know, very
Perhaps,
brave of me.
yeah. What's this tarantula story? Was it one that you had at each, or was it one that you just found? Or I don't know how tarantulas work. So
We don't have any tarantulas up here in Minnesota, unfortunately.
I suppose that makes sense. It does get quite cold here.
Yeah, the one I held yesterday was a curly hair tarantula. Her name is Helen. I think she's about 6 years old, so she's about middle-aged. She's a sweet girl. Really slow, really calm, contrary to popular belief.
That's so interesting. Yeah. So all of these creatures, we live, or I say we as if I'm one of them. All these creatures, they live over in ISC. Can you tell me a little bit about, in terms of like academics, are there any like classes that are involved with these animals? What sort of majors get to work with these animals often?
Actually, so I love this question. Any major can work with us in the animal room. We have cheerleaders, we've had football players, we have music majors, and especially environmental and biology majors.
That is so amazing.
We actually have a class. I know.
Oh my gosh.
Biology 380.
That's so cool.
If you wanted to take each class, you can take it any semester between 1 and 4 credits.
I love that. Well, and it's so fun because I feel like a lot of these animals that you feature are very misunderstood.
They are.
Speaking of which, would you mind telling me a little bit about just like general snake safety? I know a lot of people are scared of snakes, and you always ask, wait, why? What makes you scared? As somebody who is obviously very comfortable with snakes, would you mind sharing a little bit about how you can comfortably hold a domesticated snake or not domesticated? I don't know. I know people like to do snake hunting, but
so yes, for nature snakes, I like to say snakes found in nature. Generally shy away from them. If you know for a fact that they aren't dangerous, give them a little scoop, a little yoink, and you can hold them in your hands. Make sure they're well supported. But if they want to get away, let them get away. For a snake in human care, giving them a lot of support, giving them a lot of space area to exist on. You see, she is lovely, draped on my shoulders.
It's giving
Isn't
real
she
Britney
gorgeous?
Spears sort of. Speaking of which, could I hold her?
Yes.
Could I give her a little cuddle and see how this goes live on air? Okay, guys, this is massive. Roxy and I go way back, so this is very special that we still get to hang out like this. I always like to say that she's kind of like a weighted blanket if it was a scarf. I feel so comfortable right now. She's just like so cozy, and I love her so much. So in terms of I guess, extracurricular involvement, what sort of positions do you have within each? I know that you have, these animals got to get taken care of somehow. What sort of jobs do you and the rest of the folks in each do?
Yeah, so most of us are just the average caretaker. There's a morning shift and an afternoon shift where you make salads and mist animals. How's she's doing? Yeah, she's doing good. Hold them even. We're looking for people to actually be a critter cuddler. So you hang out with Roxy, you hang out with Girdle.
That's the dream.
Just because they require, especially Girdle, he requires a lot of attention.
Oh my gosh,
he's a really
tell me
social
about
guy. I think Stella on that little video there said that he's like a toddler. He's very much like a toddler.
Is. Oh my goodness, what a character. Yeah,
He
if you
really
have
is.
not met Girdle will make an effort to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
Find his little enclosure, you go up to the glass, and 30 seconds later, he's trying to give you a kiss on the nose.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Very sweet all the time. Oh my goodness. Well, I personally don't want to end this segment because I don't want to
No.
give Roxy back to you.
I could talk about them
I know, and I
all
could sit
day.
here and listen all day long, but unfortunately/fortunately, we have some other things to chat about here on tonight's episode. So I'm going to toss it over to Ross in the A&E studio down on the other side of the Cordon Air lot, and we'll update you. We'll update you from there. So. Thank you for being here as well, Greta,
I'm
and
so
you,
happy
Roxy.
to be here.
Appreciate it a lot. All right, here's to Ross.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ross Motter, and we're going to talk a little bit about a few things. So we are in the AE studio. Maya's over here booking it. It's going to be a minute, so let's talk a little bit about things going on campus first. So tomorrow night opens at the wedding. So it has a 4-day run. So it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and then a Sunday matinee. To get tickets, you can go on Cobernet or just Google Concordia Theater, and you should be able to find it there. It's a great story. It's so cute. I'm so excited to go see it, not only tomorrow, but also Friday, probably Saturday and Sunday. Welcome.
3-mile sprint, and I didn't even break a single sweat. Here we are. Hey, what were you just talking about?
Talking about At the Wedding.
Oh my gosh, At the Wedding. What a lovely, exciting show that we've got going on here on
So
campus.
excited.
Yes. So those of you who are not familiar with this show, it is a comedy. You are going to absolutely love it. It's got very many, very lovable characters played by some wonderful members of campus. So make sure to check that out this weekend and this weekend only. It is just the one weekend in the Lab Theater in Francis Fraser Comstock Theater. It is a lovely story about, I don't know, kind of just like a tragic lesbian, which is my favorite sort of story.
Love it.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Speaking of tragic lesbians,
let's talk about them.
A lot of stuff has been going on. So, Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Boy Genius and Muna played Madison Square Garden. For those of you who don't know, these are two integral Sapphic musicians that have, or actually groups of, it's a trio, two various trios of musicians that have really made waves in kind of like the indie pop scene over the past few years. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Boy Genius is? This is kind of new to people, so do you want to tell us a little bit about who those are?
Yeah, so Boy Genius, it's composed of Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, and Julian Baker. So they all had their solo careers, but they also all came together back in 2018, 2019.
One of those, 18, 17?
Somewhere in there, 17 to 19. They came out and released a Boy Genius EP, and people were like, oh, this is really good. Are they coming back? Because at that point, Boy Genius didn't exist. It was just Phoebe, Lucy, and Julian. It was just called Boy Genius.
They were just having fun, you know?
They were just having fun, writing music together. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this last year,
shockingly,
they came out with The Record, which is their new album, not just an EP, and they've officially branded themselves as Boy Genius.
There's an official Spotify artist now and everything, and an Instagram
And an
page.
Instagram, finally.
Oh my goodness.
So
yes, but they have been absolutely killing it in these festival concert circuits. They've been touring kind of all over the place.
All over the place.
I feel like there's not anywhere that they haven't been. They were just in the UK. And one thing that is fun about these guys is Phoebe, pictured right here, she has a record label, if you aren't aware of that. Under Dead Ocean Records, she has a label called Satisfactory Records. Yes, Saddest Factory. It's a very funny pun. But one of those groups that was signed to that label within the past couple years is the band Muna, which is, it's my favorite band. We know this by now. I wear the t-shirt like pretty much every single week. We got Simon and Garfunkel this week, though. But the band Muna was signed to Phoebe Bridgers and did various opening gigs for Phoebe Bridgers, and then did various opening gigs for Boy Genius, along with Ethel Cain, who is another iconic musician. And so these two groups just had a massive sold-out Madison Square Garden show just last
night.
2 nights ago. It was
October
this
2nd,
week.
Monday.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it just happened, and it was huge. It's Madison Square Garden, which is a pretty big deal, and for a group that we didn't even think was going to be around officially in 2023, it's a pretty big win. So this concert was a hoot. We started off with a Muna set. Here we can see Muna pictured right down here. We've got Katie in her $400 designer leggings, because, of course I know exactly how much those leggings cost because I'm, a stan or whatever. But we've got Muna here. They did an awesome, pretty decently long set playing a lot of tracks from their new album, which came out last year, as well as some favorites from the past, even collabing with Phoebe Bridgers herself on the track Silk Chiffon. And one thing, if you've been following along on these Muna, Phoebe Bridgers sort of moments, Phoebe notoriously has no rhythm and can't dance, but she's getting better.
She's
it
getting
looks a
so
lot
much
less
better.
Awkward, I know. And here's the thing about Muna is they are not awkward and can dance very well. And they are very good visual performers.
They have a great time every night.
Oh my gosh, they do. They're always like, kneeling and leaning and making out and stuff. I mean, Boy Genius is
they do that
too.
too.
They stole it from Muna. Anyways. So they had that awesome set, and then we had a fantastic set from Boy Genius. Oh my goodness, and it was pretty fantastic. I mean, I wasn't there. I wish I was.
I wish we were.
I heard such great things. I know we should have. Why didn't we go?
Why didn't we?
Concordia College, Court on Air, fund us
Please
to
send
go
us.
to the Muna Genius show.
Please.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, fantastic show. And at the end, we had a little Muna collab
Genius.
as well. Muna Genius themselves did exist at the end of the show. On the B stage, we had Muna in their best Boy Genius cosplay, and we had Boy Genius on the main stage. But anyways, these are two fantastic up-and-coming, or not, I guess they've kind of made
kind
it
of
by
established now,
but they are pretty established. But these are two wonderful, wonderful groups. And one thing that I love about these groups is, I guess, how much they appreciate queer joy. A lot of based off of this is just some quotes from these guys. It seems like often some media will talk about how depressing it is, or how unfortunate it is, or how much of a wrench being queer is like throwing in your life, and they completely reject that. They say, hey, this is good. This is
great.
The
this
best.
is fun.
Like, I'm so happy about having this part of me. It brings me joy. It makes me a better person. It makes me enjoy my life more. So kind of having that sort of, it's still sad gay music, but at the same time, it's
from Boy Genius especially.
Yes, exactly. But it is still wonderful, wonderful music to listen to.
Speaking of happy queer music,
another
Chapel
fantastic
Rowan
album dropped. Oh my
The
goodness
Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by Chapel Rowan.
And let me tell you, I know all about being a Midwest princess, and I know that this album was absolutely fantastic.
It was amazing.
Yes, it was a pretty solid. We had a lot of singles from the past that she had released, but she is also very much, I feel like, in this sort of genre as well. Yeah, and I know she's touring with Olivia Rodrigo, so we will see a lot from her, perhaps maybe even getting the Muna treatment, opening up for a larger group, and then being able to share your music. So super excited to see what is to come from Chapel Rowan. But if you have not checked out the music by Boy Genius, Muna, or Chapel Rowan,
go do it.
Yes,
go do it.
Also, get your tickets for At the Wedding. Get the
tickets for At the Wedding.
It is going to be a fantastic show. You really do not want to miss it. So make sure that you can get tickets for that and stream these guys. So
we'll see you later.
Yes, we will. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed all of the creatures and various other things that we had on tonight's show. We will be here again next week, so make sure to tune in for our very special homecoming episode of Concordia on Air. We will see you later. I have been Maya Lisney.
I'm Ross Motter.
And this has been Court on Air. See you guys.